Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Ellie's channel. Today I wanted to talk about that this will be book club part 2, and I just wanted to talk about a specific book that it's one of my favorites from beyond all the other books that I'm in love with. And this specific author, which I also follow on Facebook, she's not only an author, but she's a preacher as well. So in all her books, even though majority of her books are urban fiction, nearly, I would say, all her books basically has some scriptures from the Bible, or if not that, she always has like an inspirational message in her book, whether it's in the beginning in like certain parts of the book or towards the end. It's always like her books are very inspirational. um so there's one I wanted to share with you that I really enjoyed, um and I felt like I could relate kind of to this book, maybe not fully but a little bit. It's called 3:32 a.m. Losing Faith in God. And this is what it looks like. I don't have the physical copy, I have it on here, but that's what it looks like. And the name and the author, her name is Lakeisha Johnson. If you haven't checked out her books yet, please, you need to. I mean, not that you need to, but you should, especially if you're a book lover, like me, and like the type of books like similar to what I read. This is definitely a must read book. um I feel like I could relate to the book kind of, because I'm going to read the description. Bear with me. um this book made me cry from beginning to end. I love it. It's sad, but at the same time, nearly all her books have happy endings. Um, so about, and it says the book description of this particular book. The Bible tells you how to fight the enemy, but what do you do when it feels like it is God you're up against? Charlotte's nightmare began at 2:32 a.m. the morning she experienced the most unimaginable pain ever, the loss of a child. Now, before I finish, I want to stop there. One of the things about the book, basically, a girl, woman, loses a child. She basically had a miscarriage. I can relate to that part, only because I've had two miscarriages. I have two boys, 15 and 5, as I mentioned in previous videos. But before I had my 5-year-old, I had two miscarriages. So that's all I'm gonna say for right now. And the rest of the description. Now she finds herself angry at God. She trusted him and he took her only child. She prayed to him, and it seems as if he has turned his back on her. And if things cannot get worse, hell keeps showing up at her door. What can she do when she continually cries in the darkness but gets no answer? Where can she turn when it feels like her back is against the wall and there is no way out? Who can she depend on if God let her down? Questions Charlotte ponder when the memories snatch her from her sleep at 2:32 a.m. Questions that make her angry because to her, God has forsaken them. See, I used to feel like that. I don't know more, but I my first miscarriage that I had, it was, well, both my miscarriages were devastating to begin with. And it was actually for unknown reasons. Like, I was 2.5 months pregnant, and for both my miscarriages, actually, I was 2.5 months pregnant, and I was getting a lot of blood clots in my uterus. There was a point in the beginning of time that the baby did have a heartbeat, but then eventually the baby died while he or she was still in my stomach. Where they had to do this procedure called, I believe it's called CNC, cleaning or suction. And both of them, again, it was devastating, and both same reason. Well, nobody knows. It was for unknown causes. They call it a spontaneous abortion. Again, I didn't have an abortion. It was just, that's what it was called, a spontaneous abortion. I had a miscarriage, both my children. And my first miscarriage, even though, yes, it devastated me, but I kind of still had somewhat hope in to try again. The next month after I had my miscarriage, we tried again. And same thing happened again. And that's when I started to become angry. Started to question, like, why God? Why me? Why is this happening? What's going on? And then it was just back to back. My first miscarriage was sometime, I believe, in June or July. And then 1 month later, I had the other miscarriage. And both of them, I was both 2.5 months pregnant. And with both of them, I was getting blood clots in my uterus. And so that's why I feel like I could relate to this book particularly, because she also has, I don't think she had just one, but she had, like, I don't know if it was 2 or more than that, but I know she kept having miscarriages, and until she finally did have a baby, like myself. So that's one of the things I could relate to the book. I don't want to spoil you the whole book just in case you want to read it, but it's a very good read. I love this book from beginning to end. And just the author alone, she's amazing. She makes a ton of other books that she has out there, and she's still making more. Again, she's also a preacher. So all her books have meaning and, like, motivational, inspirational messages within the book. And maybe one day, I guess, in one of my other videos, maybe book club number 3, maybe 4, I will maybe read a chapter for you guys. As a matter of fact, let me just read a little bit of this one. This is one of the chapters, I believe. I haven't read it in so long, but I'm just gonna read a little bit for you. Again, I don't want to do any too much spoilers, but that's one of them. Charlotte, baby, what's wrong? Huh? What's wrong? You're moaning. I open my eyes to look at him. Huh? I ask him again because I don't understand what he's saying. Are you okay? You were moaning in your sleep, he states. I jolt up from the bed and look at the clock. 2:32 a.m. I touch my breasts because they are full of milk and hurting. I look at him again, confused before asking, did you feed the baby? No, why? She's normally up to eat by now. Babe, if she isn't crying, that must be a good thing. Lay down. I need to check on her. Charlotte, leave her alone and let her sleep. I get out of bed, and although I need to use the bathroom, getting to her is the only thing on my mind. I walk over to her crib, and she's lying there on her back, the same way she was when I laid her down 2 hours ago. I let out the breath I was holding, but I look at her again. Something is different. I touch her, but she doesn't move. I grab her hand and my heart starts beating fast. Keith, I scream, picking her up. Keith. When he gets to the door, still half asleep, I look at him and it feels like I'm speaking, but no words are coming out. Charlotte, what? She is not breathing. I mouthed in slow breaths. She is not breathing. Do something, please. Oh my God, no. Please don't leave me, please. Charlotte, Charlotte, look at me. I open my eyes to look at Dr. Mitchell. Take a breath. Oh God, this hurts. I cry, cradling her blanket in my hands. I know, but we will get through it. Why do I have to relive that night? Relive that night, sorry. Charlotte, it is the only way for you to face your pain, but retelling it makes it worse. I tell her, looking away. It feels like I'm right back in that room, standing next to her crib and touching her hand. I know, but it's only for your good, Dr. Mitchell says. For my good, I whisper, feeling my anger rising. Let's end our session for now, and we could pick up again in our next meeting. Do you have enough sleeping pills? Yes. Are you taking them? I nod. Good, because you need to sleep. Charlotte, you can't keep. I know, Dr. Mitchell, I know. I say, grabbing my things and stuffing the blanket in my purse. Can we pray before you leave? Not today, I tell her, but I'll see you Thursday. I walk out of her office to Keith waiting for me by the car. Hey, are you okay? Yeah. How was it? The same as always. Painful. So, I'm not going to keep going. But that's one of them. And she goes to therapy. She seeks counseling to try to help her cope with the pain of losing a child. I myself also go to therapy. It's very helpful to talk about these things, even though I actually understand where she's coming from. Talking about it does, like, it leaves you emotional, it leaves you hurt talking about it. But at the same time, when you let all of that out, you're actually healing yourself in the process, if that makes sense. Because bottling up too much inside and holding in to hurt, anger, pain, whether it's the loss of a child or loss of a family member, maybe you're struggling, maybe you're going through something, no matter what it is, it's always good to talk about it. As painful as it may sound, it's a healing process, and the healing process does take time. So that's about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments in regards to the book or any comments in relation to what I've talked about in this video, feel free to comment below. And until next time, see you guys again. Bye.